On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Door.
Stern, unyielding, or gloomy in appearance or manner, unfriendly or humorless.
Examples:
Dour personality. A dour demeanor. The dour expression on his face showed his disappointment after the game.
Chimpanzee.
A small, very intelligent ape found in West and Central Africa with black or brown fur.
Examples:
Chimpanzee behavior. Chimpanzee society. Many zoos have chimpanzee exhibits, allowing visitors to observe these intelligent primates up close.
Obligatory.
Required by a rule, law, or social convention, compulsory.
Examples:
Obligatory audit. An obligatory subject. Attending the meeting was obligatory for all employees.
Antidepressant.
Any of a class of drugs used to reduce feelings of sadness and worry.
Examples:
An antidepressant drug. Antidepressant effect. She's been taking antidepressants since her baby died.
Blockbuster.
A movie, book, or other product that is extremely successful and popular, especially one that makes much money.
Examples:
Blockbuster movie. International blockbuster. The new action movie is expected to be a blockbuster hit.
Rout.
A disorderly retreat or defeat of an army or group, a decisive defeat.
Examples:
Route march. Cricket team's rout. The football team suffered a humiliating rout in the championship game.
Homicide.
The act or instance of killing another person, murder, manslaughter, or other unlawful violent killings.
Examples:
Mass homicide. Serial homicide. The detective was called to investigate a homicide in the city.
Pessimism.
A tendency to see the worst in things and anticipate adverse outcomes. A belief that the world is generally bad or that something will go wrong more often than it will go right.
Examples:
Deep pessimism. Sense of pessimism. The CEO's constant pessimism about the company's future affected employee morale.
Doom.
Death, destruction, or some other terrible situation that cannot be avoided.
Examples:
Economic doom. Prophet of doom. Everyone was aware of the impending doom, but was unable to prevent it.
Propel.
To move, drive, or push something forward or in a particular direction, often with a lot of force.
Examples:
Propel growth. Propel the ship. An increase in employment helps propel economic growth.
Infantile.
Relating to or characteristic of infants or infancy, behaving in an immature or childish manner, lacking maturity or sophistication.
Examples:
Infantile paralysis, infantile colic. His infantile behavior was unacceptable for someone his age.
Psychoanalysis.
A system of psychological theory and therapy that aims to treat mental and emotional disorders by investigating the interaction of conscious and unconscious elements in the mind.
Examples:
Freudian psychoanalysis, psychoanalysis technique. She sought psychoanalysis to understand her childhood traumas.
Psychotherapy.
The treatment of mental or emotional problems by talking with a therapist.
Examples:
Field of psychotherapy, psychotherapy for depression. He took psychotherapy to help him deal with his accident trauma.
Avert.
To prevent something dangerous or undesirable from happening.
Examples:
Avert disaster, avert a strike. The dam systematically releases large amounts of water to avert flooding during the rainy season.
Averse.
Feeling strong dislike, opposition, or reluctance towards something, having a strong inclination against or avoidance of something.
Examples:
Averse to change, averse to risk. I am averse to making hasty decisions without carefully considering the consequences.
Disgust.
A strong feeling of dislike or disapproval.
Examples:
Public disgust. Show disgust at his actions. He was filled with disgust and fear for the threat of war.
Posit.
To suggest or accept something as fact or as a basis for argument or consideration.
Examples:
Posit the existence of life after death. Posit the premise. We should posit several hypotheses to discuss the matter.
Endogenous.
Originating or arising from within an organism, system, or process rather than from external factors, pertaining to internal causes or influences.
Examples:
Endogenous growth, endogenous opioid system. Endogenous factors like genetics and personality are key in determining our behavior.
Opioid.
Substances that have an effect similar to opium, such as morphine, used in medicines to treat severe pain, but some people take them illegally for pleasure and become addicted.
Examples:
An opioid analgesic, opioid receptor. Treatment for opioid dependence may be a long-term process.
Cortisol.
A hormone produced by the adrenal gland that is involved in regulating the body's metabolism, immune system, and blood pressure.
Examples:
Cortisol stress. Excessive cortisol. Cortisol levels in the body are often elevated during times of stress.
Hippocampus.
A major component of the brain of humans and other vertebrates that is part of the limbic system and is vital for memory.
Examples:
Involvement of the hippocampus. Neurons in the hippocampus. The hippocampus is crucial for learning and memory storage.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Gloom.
A state of darkness, sadness, or melancholy, a feeling of depression or lack of hope, a state of obscurity or uncertainty.
Examples:
A sense of gloom. Gloom-filled room. The gloom of the rainy weather was beginning to affect her mood.
Recur.
To happen repeatedly or occur again from time to time, to come back or return to one's mind or awareness.
Examples:
Recur repeatedly. Recur after appropriate treatment. I always have nightmares that recur occasionally and prevent me from getting a good night's sleep.
Deconstruct.
To break something down into its separate parts to interpret or analyze it, to interpret or analyze a text, an artwork, etc. to show that there is no fixed meaning.
Examples:
Deconstruct the existing system. Deconstruct his method. She employed a rigorous intellectual framework to deconstruct various categories of literature.
Schadenfreude.
Pleasure or joy derived from the misfortune, pain, or discomfort of others.
Examples:
Schadenfreude pleasure. Schadenfreude smirk. He couldn't help but feel a sense of schadenfreude when his rival's project failed.
Misfortune.
An unfortunate event or circumstance, bad luck or trouble.
Examples:
Economic misfortune. Misfortune strikes. It was a great misfortune that the ship sank in the storm.
Consonant.
A speech sound that is produced by completely or partially blocking the airflow through the mouth, a letter or group of letters representing a consonant sound, for example, B, C, D, etc.
Examples:
Consonant blends. A medial consonant. The consonant sounds at the beginning and end of the word made it easy to pronounce.
Dissonant.
Sounds that are not in harmony or are in conflict with one another. An uncomfortable or tense feeling caused by conflicting ideas or emotions.
Examples:
a dissonant voice, dissonant note. The dissonant sound from the poorly tuned instruments was painful to listen to.
Innate.
Existing naturally or from birth, inherent or inborn, not acquired or learned through experience.
Examples:
innate ability, innate quality. The belief in innate human goodness is a common philosophical concept.
Unaccountable.
Not able to be explained or justified, often in a way that suggests something suspicious or dishonest is going on, not responsible or answerable for one's actions or behavior.
Examples:
unaccountable behavior, unaccountable decision. The unaccountable disappearance of funds led to an investigation.
Dopamine.
A chemical substance produced by nerve cells as a neurotransmitter. As a drug, it is used to treat shock and hypotension.
Examples:
dopamine inhibiting agent, antagonism of dopamine. The drug controls the level of dopamine in the brain.
Ventral.
Relating to or situated on or toward the belly or underside of an animal or organ, opposite of dorsal.
Examples:
ventral fin, ventral hernia. The ventral side of the fish was beautifully colored.
Integument.
A tough outer covering, especially that of an animal or plant, such as a skin or shell.
Examples:
integument layer, insect integument. The outer integument protects the seed.
Accumbens.
Nucleus accumbens, an area of the brain located in the basal forebrain that has a significant role in the cognitive processing of motivation, aversion, reward.
Examples:
nucleus accumbens neurons, cells of the nucleus accumbens. Dopamine is released into the nucleus accumbens.
Prefrontal.
In or about the foremost part of the frontal lobe of the brain.
Examples:
prefrontal bone, prefrontal region. Research shows that damage to the prefrontal cortex leads to increased aggression.
Frontal.
Relating to the front, situated at or directed towards the front. Frontal can also refer to a meteorological term for a weather system that is moving from west to east.
Examples:
frontal assault, frontal attack. He suffered a severe frontal collision in the car accident.
Salience.
The quality of being prominent, significant, or relevant, the degree to which something stands out or is noticeable.
Examples:
the salience of the topic, emotional salience. The salience of the issue was highlighted in the national news.
Opiate.
A drug or substance derived from opium or having similar effects, often used for pain relief or to induce sleep, something that dulls or lulls the senses, emotions, or thoughts.
Examples:
Opiate analgesics. Addictive opiate. The doctor prescribed a mild opiate painkiller to help manage his post-surgery discomfort.
Oxytocin.
A hormone secreted by the pituitary which stimulates contractions of the uterus during labor, equals the process of pushing out a baby, and the ejection of milk.
Examples:
Oxytocin-degrading enzyme. Oxytocin receptor. Women may increase oxytocin production through romantic love.
Zygomatic.
Relating to the zygoma bone, which is a facial bone that forms the prominence of the cheek, often used to describe features or structures related to this bone.
Examples:
Zygomatic fracture. Zygomatic bone. She has a distinctive facial feature with high zygomatic arches.
Crinkle.
To form wrinkles, creases, or folds in a surface, especially in cloth or paper, often causing it to make a rustling sound, to make a rustling or crackling sound.
Examples:
Crinkle my nose. Bad crinkle as I open. Her eyes crinkled with laughter as she told us a joke.
Orbicularis.
Referring to a circular or orb-shaped structure or muscle, specifically relating to the orbicularis oculi muscle surrounding the eye socket.
Examples:
Orbicularis oculi reflex. Orbicularis oris muscle. The orbicularis oculi muscle is responsible for closing and opening the eyelids.
Oculist.
A medical professional who specializes in the treatment of diseases and disorders of the eye, an ophthalmologist or an optometrist.
Examples:
Skilled oculist. Pediatric oculist. My grandmother visited the renowned oculist for her annual eye examination.
Extrovert.
A person who is outgoing, sociable, and confident.
Examples:
Extrovert social skills. Natural extrovert. She intentionally acts like an extrovert.
Introvert.
A shy and reticent person.
Examples:
Introvert personality. Introvert behavior. Being an introvert is not a weakness, and it's just a different way of interacting with the world.
Unmask.
To reveal the true identity, nature, or motives of someone or something that has been concealed or hidden, to expose falsehoods and pretenses.
Examples:
Unmask the thief. Unmask a lie. The whistleblower was determined to unmask the corrupt politician.
Biophilia.
A deeply ingrained human affinity or love for the natural world and living organisms, coined by biologist E.O. Wilson, which refers to the innate connection and attraction humans have toward nature.
Examples:
Biophilia in healthcare. Natural biophilia. The biophilia hypothesis suggests that humans have an innate love for nature and a desire to connect with other living systems.
Complication.
Something that makes a situation or condition that is complex or confused.
Examples:
Complication of structure. Resolve without complication. He also continued to struggle with serious long-term complications.
Imitate.
To copy the speech, behavior, appearance, etc. of someone or something.
Examples:
Imitate painting styles. Imitate animal sounds. He imitated the modus operandi of the famous phantom thief.
Humming.
Producing a continuous, low, vibrating sound like that of the bee.
Examples:
Humming sound. Hummingbird. The humming of the bees filled the air as she walked through the garden.
Helpless.
Unable to take care of oneself or to do things without help.
Examples:
Helpless baby. Helpless victims. I feel so helpless without you.
Hopeless.
Having no hope, despairing, having no chance of success.
Examples:
Hopeless situation. Hopeless at everything. After months of job searching, he felt hopeless and unsure of his future.
Unnatural.
Not in accordance with the normal or natural order, or not normal, typical, or expected.
Examples:
Unnatural death. Unnatural disaster. The unnatural growth of the city has disrupted wildlife habitats.
Replicate.
To make an exact copy of something, to repeat a process or experiment to confirm the results.
Examples:
Replicate the cell. Replicate data. The experiment was replicated several times to ensure accuracy.
Underlie.
To be the support, basis, hidden cause of something, to be located under or below.
Examples:
Underlie the theory of the Big Bang. Underlie the current economic deadlock. His bitter experiences underlie his moral principles.
Mediate.
To try to bring about an agreement or understanding between people who are in conflict.
Examples:
Mediate allergic reaction. Mediate a negotiation. The teacher had to mediate a disagreement between two students over a stolen pencil.
Infatuate.
To be inspired with a very strong, but usually short-lived passion, love, or admiration for someone or something.
Examples:
Infatuate the audience. Make me infatuated. He has been infatuated with her since he met her.
Astray.
Away from the right path or direction.
Examples:
Led astray by superstition. Gone astray. He wandered astray from the path and got lost in the forest.
Seize.
To catch or take hold of someone or something suddenly and forcibly, to capture the attention or imagination of something.
Examples:
Seize a person's property. Seize the day. He has the superpower to seize a business opportunity.
Prowess.
Exceptional or superior skill or ability, particularly in a physical or athletic context, valorous bravery or courage.
Examples:
Economic prowess. Intellectual prowess. The athlete's prowess in her sport earned her many accolades.
Submissive.
Inclined or willing to submit or yield to authority, domination, or direction, obedient or compliant, meek or passive.
Examples:
Submissive behavior. A submissive personality. The submissive dog cowered and trembled in fear when approached by its owner.
Prestige.
Respect and admiration felt or shown for someone or something based on a perception of their achievements or quality.
Examples:
National prestige. Prestige company. The university has great prestige in the academic community.
Confer.
To have a meeting or discussion, to come to a decision or agreement or exchange ideas, to bestow something.
Examples:
Confer degree. Confer honor. The leaders of the two countries met to confer on the issue.
Materialism.
A philosophical belief that physical matter is the only or fundamental reality and that everything, including thought, feeling, mind, and consciousness, can be reduced to matter and physical explanations.
Examples:
Rampant materialism. Materialism society. He was accused of being driven by materialism, putting wealth and possessions above all else.
Avid.
Characterized by enthusiasm and vigorous pursuit, especially of an interest or activity.
Examples:
Avid baseball fan. Have avid eyes. She was an avid reader and spent hours every day lost in a book.
Derail.
To cause a train or tram to run off the tracks accidentally, to run off or leave the rails accidentally.
Examples:
Derail the recovery. Derail an argument. The train derailed because a cow was standing on the tracks.
Motto.
A phrase or slogan that expresses a guiding principle or goal.
Examples.
The motto for safe traffic. Company motto. The company's motto is innovation and service, which is reflected in its products and customer support.
Actualize.
To make real or concrete, to bring into existence or implementation, to fulfill or realize a potential or intention.
Examples.
Actualize your ideas. Actualize the company's vision. I need to actualize my plan to make it a reality.
Transcendent.
Going beyond the limits of ordinary experience or knowledge, surpassing the usual or expected, exalted or sublime.
Examples.
Transcendent wisdom. Transcendent joy. The transcendent beauty of the Grand Canyon took his breath away.
Generosity.
The fact or quality of being willing to do kind things, or give somebody money, gifts, or time freely.
Examples.
Act of generosity. Boundless generosity. He is remembered for his generosity and civilization.